Hi Miriam, what can you show us today on the site?
Well, I thought we'd talk about what's under the slab. And if you recall a few weeks ago, we talked about the piles that were driven into the ground. And now what you can see is the concrete foundations. When you look at the concrete foundations, you can see some areas that are wider, and those are the areas that are over the piles because those are the areas that are going to have the columns. And so when the weight of the columns comes down, you need to spread the concrete out a little bit more in order to take the weight. Also, what you see are these steel threaded rods. We call them rebars, and that stands for reinforcing bars. And the reason we have these is that concrete is really good with compression forces, meaning it can hold up a lot when it's pressed, but it's really bad at force. It tends to pull things apart. So what we do is we put these steel rods into the concrete pour. That's what creates reinforced concrete, and it allows it to have both compression and tensile strength. Over here we have the area that's going to become the new changing rooms and coaches rooms. And from what you can see here, this is gray piping made from PVC. This larger pipe is the sewer pipe. So this is where the toilet connects. And this slightly smaller pipe is a drain pipe for, let's say, a sink or a shower. And it's important to keep the colors correct for all the different utilities. So in this case, usually sewer and drain lines are gray. If you look up there, you can see under the slab from above, the chilled hot water lines and the chilled cold water line. The chilled water lines create a loop that run to all the HVAC systems that run our heating and air conditioning systems on campus. Over here, you see an area that's set up and ready to have concrete poured inside. And you can see what I was talking about before, which is the rebar is set inside the formwork that's going to accept the concrete. And so we're just going to pour the concrete in, and the rebar will be encased inside the concrete to create the reinforced concrete. This is a rebar that's ready to go into an area that will eventually accept concrete, but this is for a column. And so, as you can see, this will be set inside formwork, and this will be the column, and then we'll pour the concrete over it inside a formwork that looks like that. Up above there is the gas line, and the gas line is usually yellowish or greenish color, and as you can see, it runs the entire length. That entire gas line is going to be removed and placed under the ground, which is a much safer place. So it will go in this trench.
Thanks Miriam, it's so interesting to see what's happening underground. I didn't know about the different coloured pipes or the term rebar, so I learned something new today. Thank you.
Thank you, thanks for coming.